Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on in your love life, okay? This is what whatever Spirit's going to give me, all right? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Both of these? Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. All right, overall energy for this week's reading is the Queen of Swords. So this is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is the energy that I feel like you're sitting in, Aries. You know, you're trying to protect your energy. You've been through a lot, okay? Some of you may be divorced. With this Queen of Swords, it can talk about, you know, like you've had situations where you've loved and lost a lot, okay? But I feel like, you know, it's made you stronger, okay? So you sit in an energy now where you know that the greatest thing you can do for yourself is to protect yourself and to protect your energy and to be very, just scrutinize who you allow into your energy and who you don't allow into your energy. And I feel like it's it's because you've been burned so many times and it's a lot of trial and error for you, you know, for you to figure out all of these things, okay? Underneath this, we have the Nine of Cups. It is talking about your wish fulfillment. I feel like what you want when it comes to love is on the way, all right? But in order for you to get that, a lot of you have had to walk away from things that were no longer serving you. So with the Eight of Cups, what you have to remember is when you're walking away with the Eight of Cups, you are walking towards your wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. So this should really be like this. You are walking towards what it is that you truly want. And, you know, sometimes you got to let things go in order to get what it is that you want, okay? Then we've got the Knight of Pentacles showing up here, okay? It's an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like this is what you want. This is your wish. This is your Nine of Pentacles because it's showing, I mean, not Nine of Pentacles, I'm sorry, Nine of Cups, because it's showing up right behind the Nine of Cups card. And, you know, for a lot of you, you don't even see it because look at the person sitting in the Nine of Cups. They have their back turned to the Knight of Pentacles, okay? But this person is coming towards you, even though it may look like they are not. There you go. Let me switch it like this. So with the Knight of Pentacles, it may have seemed like at times they were moving very slowly, but when I first picked up this card, it was reversed. So it's like Spirit telling me that this connection for some of you is going to speed up. This may not have to do with, you know, everybody in the collective that I'm reading, but for some of you, this person is going to start to speed up. And I feel like, see, so this is why it went this way, because it was upside down. So like I said, you don't even see what is happening here because you're so focused on trying to, I feel like, manifest or bring in what it is that you want. This person is going to show up in your life at a time when you're not even, you know, cognizant of what's going on, and they're going to surprise you, okay? You're sitting in this hermit energy. I feel like with this Virgo energy, this could represent the older person in the connection, but I feel like this is you, whether you're the older person or the younger person. But this is about you taking the time for yourself to heal yourself. This is why the things that you've been wanting when it comes to the Nine of Cups and this Knight of Pentacles that's reversed now, I think that's the reason why it's happening, is because you're taking the time to focus on yourself. You're taking the time to protect your energy, okay? You're taking the time to walk away from those things that are no longer serving you, because for some of you've been in this situation 8 weeks, 8 months, some of you 8 years. It could have been longer than that, okay? So it's hard to walk away from something that you put a lot of energy and effort into. And so I commend you, because it's not, you know, that's something that That's a hard, it's just a very hard thing to do when you think about anything, not just love relationships, but anything that you've been through, and you've had to put it down and leave it alone, even if it's a job, even if it was a job or a career that you may have hated. Sometimes to walk away from something, you may be dreaming and thinking about, oh, I'm just gonna get, I'm gonna leave this job, I'm gonna leave this job, and then when it happens, you're like deer in headlights. You're like, oh shit, it's time to go. But you're like freaking out because it's you stepping out of your comfort zone, because when you walk away from things, as this person is here in the Eight of Cups, you know, you're walking off into the unknown. You don't know, you're walking towards, the reason why you're leaving is because of the Nine of Cups, but you actually don't know what the journey is going to entail for you to get to that Nine of Cups. So like I said, I commend all of you who are doing this. Okay, so underneath this, we have the Eight of Wands coming up. Okay, so this is going to be, like I told you, this situation is moving swift, fast, and in a hurry with this Eight of Wands. So like I told you, this person started off slow, the Knight of Pentacles, and now they're picking up speed. Okay, and the more you continue to heal yourself and work on yourself, the faster this person is going to come in, I feel like. Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying the Queen of Swords. Let's go ahead and do that. Queen of Swords, please. Yeah, so Spirit is telling you the answer is yes. What you want, your wish fulfillment is coming in, okay? But the price of it coming in is the shadow work. So the healing that you're doing on yourself, you need to continue to do that, because that's what's going to push you through this situation. That's what's going to get you through the hard times and into the arms of the person that you truly want to be with, okay? All right, so first placement we're going to take a look at is the current situation. So we've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups showing up here, all right? So Queen of Cups for me is Scorpio. It could also represent Pisces and Cancer. But when Spirit shows it to me, they know that for me, that's what this is Scorpio. So you got a lot of love for someone, okay? This could represent the other person having a lot of love for you. But with the Knight of Cups, which is also a water sign, right? So both of you may have water placements in your chart. You could have several. So with the Knight of Cups, this is talking about somebody coming towards you, and look, you're facing each other. Very romantic, okay? This is going to be somebody with their heart on their sleeve. They're going to be, open to wanting to explore a relationship with you, okay? Usually, sometimes, it's not all the time. Like for me, all the time, Knight of Cups is not talking about someone fickle. This is someone who is in touch with their emotions coming towards you. And the reason why I know this is not someone that is fickle, because we got the Knight of Pentacles showing up here in the overall energy pile, and it's upside down. It's talking about somebody who is, long-term, stable, committed. So it's like Spirit will show me two different nights to show me the qualities of this person. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and clarify. I'm trying to put these cards back together. 1 second. Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Okay, your clarification card is new direction. So you're headed in a new direction. Look, this person is naked. I'm glad they don't have no stuff that is covered up, so I don't have to cover it up. But this person is naked is like I feel like this. The reason why they're naked like this is it's because you've been reborn. You're going through this spiritual awakening. It's like you've had a rebirth, and now you're headed down a new path. I feel like the things that you have done to help yourself with this shadow work has, put you into a new timeline when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your life in general. And so you're going to be headed off in a completely and totally different direction than you were headed in before all of this began. Okay. Okay. Second placement we're going to take a look at represents the challenge in this connection. Okay. So we've got two cards that showed up. We have the Empress card, which is Taurus, Libra energy. And we also have the High Priestess, which is Pisces. So with these two cards together, what Spirit is telling me, this is about you, remaining open, keeping your heart open. We talk about this every week, Aries. Okay. This is very, very important. Okay. I know, a lot of you have been burned. You have gone through some crazy shit with the people that you've dealt with in the past. And I'm not just talking about the twin flame. For those of you who are in the twin flame connection, I'm talking about just love in general, that like the patterns and the things and the people. Sometimes I feel like it was a situation for you where it was the same situation over and over again, but a different body. You know, the same things happening to you, but it was a different person each time. Okay. So with this Empress card and the High Priestess, Spirit is telling you that it is imperative, okay, that you keep your heart open. All right. So you got to heal when you do this shadow work. What you're focusing on is healing your heart, healing the things that these people have done to you, so that you can look at love through fresh eyes. Okay. With the High Priestess, Spirit is telling you to listen to your intuition, because your intuition is what is guiding you in this new direction. It is how you got to this new direction. It is how you got to a place where you're able to now start to see new people coming towards you in the way that you've been wanting them to. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Empress and the High Priestess. Yeah. So, you know, there's been a lot of contemplation going on. This to me is like the Hermit, still further still. So you've been thinking a lot about what has happened to you in your life, and you are trying to rectify certain things, you know, go through certain patterns and things like that, so you can come out on the other side and be better for it, and know, take the lessons that you need to take from the situations and move forward. Okay. All right. So the third position we're going to take a look at here represents the guidance from Spirit. So what we've got is the Nine of Wands. So I feel like this is representing you, Aries. Okay. You've been, you know, through a situation where you've been battling. Okay. You may be bloody, you may be bandaged up, but I feel like you're down, but you're not out. Okay. And Spirit is telling you, all you got to do is keep going. You have to persist. You have to make sure that you understand that, you know, this is a test of faith. This Nine of Wands card, that's what this is all about, a test of faith to see if you can go through the slings and arrows, suffer the slings and arrows of love and of life, and still stand strong, still stand your ground, and still protect your energy like you are in the Queen of Swords. And I feel like a lot of you are doing that, and Spirit is telling you to not give up. That at times, I know you want to throw these wands down and be like, fuck this shit, and walk away. But Spirit is telling you to keep moving forward, that you're going to get to where it is that you want to get to, but it requires persistence. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So we've got two cards that are showing up. We have vibrations and we have inner child. So Spirit is telling you to be mindful of your vibrations. Okay. You're going to have down moments. Okay. Especially when you're sitting in this type of energy, you're going to have moments where, you know, you're just tired. Because even I have moments like that. I have moments where I get upset. I have moments where I cry. I have moments where I question things. We all do that. It's normal. It's supposed to happen. And I feel like sometimes in this day and age, especially on YouTube, you hear a lot of people kind of glossing over it and saying that, you know, it's almost giving the type of energy that almost like it's not normal, that it's supposed to happen, like, or that you're supposed to just, you know, have it for 5 seconds and then just move on. You got to sit in this energy and deal with what you need to deal with until you're able to move on. But Spirit is trying to tell you with this vibrations card to keep your vibrations as high as you possibly can, because the happiness and the doing what you enjoy is what's gonna continue to bring this person towards you. Okay. Then we've got the inner child card. Okay. This is part of your shadow work here. Okay. A lot of people are wanting to throw down the relationship with the twin flame and think that they don't have to heal in order to get the soulmate, and that is not true, because you have to heal yourself, because these things are the reason why these inner childhood wounds and the things that you've been through, these slings and arrows that we just talked about, are the reason why you're going through this same thing over and over and over again. Like I said, with just with different people, there are certain patterns that you have to correct. There are certain limiting beliefs that you have in your mind. We all do. Okay. These things that I'm talking to you about, I'm talking to myself too, because like I said, we're all human. We all go through things, and you can't think that you're going to go through this life. I don't care how fucking happy you are. Don't think you're going to go through this life and get out of it unscathed, that things are not going to happen to you and you're not going to pick up certain things, but it's what you do with it when you get it. That's what Spirit is saying. It's how you handle it. And with your inner child, and you working on your inner child, you start to heal these things, and then you won't have to deal with them anymore. There may be new challenges that you have to deal with, but it's like every time you go through something, it will get easier. Not easy, it will get easier, because this is life. There's always going to be a challenge, but it's how you learn how to deal with them so you can move forward. Okay. All right. Okay. So when it comes to the reason, not the reason, I'm sorry, the focus, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Spirit is telling you to focus on your independence, focus on your coin, focus on your creativity, focus on the things that make you happy. This is the type of oh gosh, what's the word? This is the type of environment that you want to cultivate for yourself. Because look at this woman. Doesn't matter if it's male or, if you're male or female, no gender in tarot. So with the Nine of Pentacles, Spirit is saying, you want to always stand in a place of power, especially when you're about to embark on a relationship, because you want it to be a relationship where you don't need that person, the person doesn't need you, but you want to be together. Okay. It's not that you looking for them to pay your bills, or you looking for them to, take care of needs that you can take care of for yourself. This person is supposed to come in and augment your happiness. You're supposed to already be happy on your own, and have somebody come in and, you glow up together. It's like you amp each other up, basically. And so that's what Spirit is trying to tell you with this Nine of Pentacles. Focus on yourself, focus on the self-love, focus on, the shadow work, and making yourself the best that you can possibly be. Because when you stand and make your decision about who you want to have in your life when it comes to your love life, Spirit is saying this needs to be a decision that comes from you being rooted and grounded in that power that you have cultivated for yourself by doing the work. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, yeah, because you're going to be standing at a crossroads. Spirit is saying you're going to have to make a decision, because you're going to have more than one option. Because when you stand in energy like this, baby, they're going to be coming out the woodwork at you, because you're going to be beautiful or handsome. You're going to have your own money. You're going to have your own stuff. So it's going to force people to step up. Okay, they're going to have to elevate their game. The shit that they come with, with the normal people, or the normal chick and the normal dude, that's not gonna pass. It's not gonna float. It's not gonna fly for you. You're gonna have higher standards because you take care of yourself. Okay. And so this is about you finding the highest quality person for you, because you already know what you bring to the table, Aries. You already know that when you're in a relationship, you give it all, right? You don't give 5%, you don't give 10, 15. That's why we're here at this channel, and you're watching what Spirit is telling you through me, right? Because you know that you bring it all to the table. And so this is what we're doing. This is the actual goal, is for you to find somebody. You've elevated yourself to the point to where it's time for you to find somebody that's on that same level as you, and you can be picky and choose who you want to be with, and not it be a situation where somebody's coming to you talking about what do you bring to the table, because you know what it is you bring to the table, because you're sitting in this Nine of Pentacles energy. You're independent, you got your own money, you know what I'm saying, you have your own place, you have all of your own needs met. And so this is about a want. Okay, I'm not saying it won't be a situation to where once you pick your person and the two of you ride off into the sunset together, I'm not saying it won't grow into a situation where you will be healthy and interdependent, and need each other like that. But it's not going to be a situation where you're looking for somebody to lift you up, or to prop you up, or to be a crutch. Okay, all right. Okay, so the last card we have here is the outcome. So we've got the Knight of Wands, fire sign, or someone with a lot of fire in the chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is talking about a love offer coming in. Okay, it's going to be very passionate love offer. And the Knight of Wands can be seen as somebody who's in and out, but with this is talking about someone taking a risk. This is not the normal Knight of Wands meaning of somebody that was playing around, like for those of you who are in the twin flame connection, or those of you who have been with very fickle people who have shown up as the Knight of Wands. It's not that type of party, because you've already had two other knights. You already had the Knight of Cups, and you've already had the Knight of Pentacles show up as well. So the three of these knights combined, this is like an optimal person coming into your life. Somebody who's going to be passionate, want a long-term stable and committed relationship is going to be somebody who is very ambitious and somebody who is in touch with their emotions and balanced. So you have to be balanced as well, because the two of you are going to mirror each other. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so we've got, yeah, you're sitting in your divine feminine energy. Okay, this person knows. They already know what your value is. That's why they're coming in very passionate. Okay, because in the past you had a Knight of Wands come in, you know, with the twin or the people in the past. For those of you who are not in a twin flame connection, and you had somebody come in and, you know, gaslight you and make you think, oh, well, this is what I want, you know, mirror what you say and say, I want this type of relationship, the same thing you want, all this kind of stuff. And then it turned out to be the opposite. But now spirit is telling you, this person knows that you're a divine feminine, okay, or masculine. They know that you sit in a, you know, you sit in your energy, you sit in your power, and that you're doing the work just like they've done the work. Because this person that's coming, like I said, they're balanced. They're healing themselves now. They're going to be healed, you know, or very, very close to it when the two of you come together, because there will be some things that you help each other heal through. Like this person is coming out of something, you've just come out of something, and it's like the two of you are coming together and you're going to help each other to finish whatever healing that you're going to need to do. But you got to be starting it and you got to be in it. Okay, so spirit is telling you that this is somebody who is going to be the type of person that you wanted the twin to be, or you wanted the, you know, all of the people in the past that didn't work out. You're going to understand why it didn't work out when you meet this person. Okay, all right, let's get some messages excuse me, from the new person. Okay, let me tell you this. We're reading excuse me, the situation, but your twin is sneaking in here, so I'm going to show you all the messages. Okay, so we've got, sometimes I wonder if saying I'm sorry is enough. So this is the twin. I knew they were gonna sneak in, and people keep saying they want to hear about new love, and I hear what you're saying, but this is what is happening, because this person is starting to panic. They can feel this new person in your energy. They can feel you pulling yourself away from them, and they are now trying to come towards you any kind of way they can. Okay, so some of you, they're gonna pop up in your damn face sooner or later, and for a lot of you, it's gonna be after you commit to this new person. Okay, so we've got, I don't want to lose your love, I'm afraid I might lose you. Okay, I'm gonna pull some other cards because I'm gonna move to a different deck. Then we've got my twin flame, my love. All of these cards are coming out. I'm realizing your love was holding me together. Like I said, this person is panicking because they know you're gone. Okay, all right. We're going to try this deck and see what happens. Okay. They popping up in this one too, but you got a couple of messages from the new person. So from the new person, I'm so in love with you. You are so perfect to me. Okay. So this person is going to love you just the way you love them. Okay. There isn't going to be any half stepping in this relationship. Okay. Let me get the twin flame messages out the way, and then we're going to move to the last one from the new person. Okay. I do love you. I just don't know how to show you right now. Okay. Like I told you, they trying to dig down deep and do the shit they should have done weeks, months, years ago for some of you. Okay. And I know a lot of you are just like, yeah, whatever. Okay. I feel empty without you. Okay. And this is the new one from the new person. The universe is fighting for our souls to be together. Okay. All right. Now we're going to get a message from spirit before I let you go. So we've got obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. You know, that's the twin. Okay. Then we've got obstacles. unhealed wounds or blocking forward movement. So that's what this shadow work is about, right? That's what the inner child work, that's what it's about, okay? Because you don't want this stuff showing up in your new relationship. You want to be shiny and new with this person, right? Because you want this person, you want you and this person to come together and have a true meeting of the minds. And in order to do that, you got to be working on your stuff, okay? And then let me tell you this: don't think you gonna get in this relationship and you're not gonna level up. This person is gonna force you, not force you literally, but they're gonna, let me say this, they're gonna inspire you to level up, because you're not gonna want this person to leave you behind, the new person, okay? Okay, so we got two more cards before I let you go. So we've got codependency. It says addictions are affecting your romantic life. So some of you got some codependency issues that you got to deal with, okay? You may be coming, putting too much of yourself into the relationship, doing too much of your, doing too much for people in your relationships and not standing in your power, okay? You may be leaning into the relationship too much and not focusing, giving the same amount that the other person gives. You may be over giving, okay? Then we've got the new love card here. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this person is coming. They speeding up. We see the Eight of Wands and we see the Knight of Pentacles reversed. You also see the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this person is not messing around. So if you're not working on yourself and you're not healing, it will behoove you to continue to do that, okay? To start to do that and put some effort in, because if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it's going to slow down your person coming to you. So there's a lot of you champing at the bit, okay? Champing at the bit, trying to get to this person. And I get that you want them, because I want my person too. But I know I gotta work on myself, while I'm waiting for them. And it's the same thing. You gotta do the work. I know it sucks. Nobody wants to do it. But that's life. Nothing comes for free. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries.